Again, the difference quotient is something that we will use often as you move higher through mathematics and into calculus. You will use the difference quotient a lot. So this is just a nice introduction to what it is. So the difference quotient is essentially finding, so if we have a curved line, we're trying to find the rate of change between that line. We're estimating it by finding the slope of the secant line. So remember, the secant line, goes through those 2 points, and it's an estimate to the line because I can't find the slope of a curved line. So to find that difference quotient, I'm using the 2 points of x comma f of x, so x and y, and then my other point is x plus h, so I'm adding a value of h, so it's x plus h comma f of x plus h. So I'm plugging in a value that is h more than x. It looks a little bit confusing, but essentially what's going to happen then is the top will be, the change in y, so this value minus this value, which is what I have, and the denominator will be x plus h minus x, and notice that x and that minus x cancel to give me just h. So this is called the difference quotient. So let's take a look at how we'd use it for now. So if f of x is 5x minus 2, that means I would find 5, and then instead of x, I would put x plus h minus 2. That would be this value. I would subtract from that f of x, which is 5x minus 2. So notice I've taken f of x plus h, so here I've replaced x with x plus h. So that's this value. And I'm subtracting f of x, which is this value. I'm putting all of that over h. So now I'm going to do some simplification. On the top, I'll do it down here. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times h is 5h. I have minus 2, and then I have minus 5x, and I have minus negative 2, so I have plus 2 all over h. There appears to be quite a bit that's going to cancel because 5x and minus 5x is 0, and minus 2 and plus 2 is 0. And so right now I have 5h left on the top and h left on the bottom, and that reduces to 5. So what that means is the difference between this value and the x plus h, so by adding h, the slope of that line is 5. It's the estimate. So one of those for you to try, so go ahead and try that question and then press play to check your work. Again, it's not a bad idea to go ahead and do x plus h so that you know what that function is. That would be 4 times x plus h plus 1. So I'm just replacing x with x plus h. So in my function for my difference quotient, I would take 4x plus h plus 1, and I would subtract all of this, 4x plus 1. And I would put all of that over h. So I would distribute the 4, so 4x plus 4h plus 1, minus 4x minus 1, because the minus distributes, all over h. The 4x and the minus 4x cancel to 0. The plus 1 and the minus 1 cancel to 0. I get 4h over h, which is just 4. So the slope of that secant line would be 4.